as well as HIIT workouts, I've also had the flexibility on it, and the HIIT workouts have been increased, so they're Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so it's spaced out in between, so you get a bit of break in between. And there's a stretch day on Tuesday, which will be good using a foam roller just to roll it all out, and eating more carbohydrates will help with the glucose stores in your muscles again, and drink plenty of water and you'll recover quicker as well. With the flexibility, it's on the Saturday, and I've chosen to do tricep stretch, which you kneel, sit or stand tall with feet hip width apart, arms extended overhead. Bend your right elbow and reach your right hand to touch top of the middle of your back. Reach your left hand overhead and grasp just below your right elbow. Gently pull your right elbow down towards your head, and then you switch your arms and repeat the same thing. Also chosen the lunge with a spinal twist. You start standing with your feet together. Take a big step forward with your left foot so that you are in a staggered stance. Bend your left knee and drop into a lunge, keeping your right leg straight behind you with your toes on the ground so you can feel the stretch at the front of your right thigh. Place your right hand on the floor, twist your upper body so that to the left to extend your left arm towards the ceiling. Hold for 30 seconds to 2 minutes, then repeat on the other side. The final exercise is the 90-90 stretch. Sit with your right knee bent at a 90-degree angle in front of you, calf perpendicular to your body and the sole of your foot facing to the left. Keep your right foot flexed. Let your leg rest flat on the floor. Place your left knee to the left of your body and bend the knee so that your foot faces behind you. Keep your left foot flexed. Keep your right butt cheek on the floor. Try and move the left cheek as close to the floor as possible. It may not be possible if you're super tight. Hold for 30 seconds to 2 minutes and repeat on the other side. That is all the flexibility doing for the week. And then on Sunday, I have a rest day just to relax you so that you don't get any injuries. And I up the HIIT workouts because so that you get more aerobic capacity, and it will also increase your fitness and speed. Therefore, it'd be good for doing when you do tennis, and it'll improve your health in general. For my week 4, I have done the same sort of thing as the previous week and have 3 HIIT sessions, a rest day, a stretch day, and a flexibility day. And so there's 3 HIIT workouts and 1 flexibility, but the flexibility has been increased. For a warm-up on the HIIT training, I would suggest doing probably about 5 minutes on the rowing machine again, because that'll be good for your legs and it works your whole body when you do the rowing machines. Then 10 jump squats, so you go down to a squatting position, knees 90-degree angle, and then you jump upwards, pushing down on the tops of your toes and the padding of your foot as you jump upwards into the air. Then you go back down into another one. If you do 10 of those, and 5 minutes on a treadmill and running speed about an 8 or 9 this time, because you should be improving because your aerobic capacity. And then a 2-minute walking cool down on the treadmill when you do it. My HIIT training this week is Still going to be at 80 to 90% of maximum heart rate, which is anaerobic. And if you do each exercise for 1 minute, then 1 minute rest, then do the next exercise and again and again and again, and then you can have a minute rest. And if you do this circuit 4 times, that will be good for your heart rate as well. The first exercise is a plank, so you go down into a position where your elbows, where your shoulders are above your hands and your feet are out lengthways and your back is straight, so you don't put your bum up and so it's straight, so it won't do any damage. And then you hold it for 1 minute, and then after that you relax for 1 minute, and then flutter kicks, which is you lay on your back, so your back's completely on the floor, your hands are to the side, like along you, and your legs are in the air a couple feet off the ground, and then you raise one up slightly, raise one down, up, down, and you alternate each leg, and then you keep doing that kicking motion for the whole minute, and then you get a minute break. And then this third exercise is star jump, so you're up and then you do jumping position, and then once you land you go down, touch the ground, then you go into another star jump. If you do that for the whole minute, then sumo squats, which is similar to normal squats, but you stand with your feet wider apart and then you go into it and then just go down, then you hold it for a couple seconds before you come up. That's my whole circuit for the week. And if you do that exercise 4 times in that thing, and that set of HIIT is on Monday and Friday, whereas on Wednesday I've chosen a different set of HIIT training exercises so it doesn't get too repetitive. This one is the same, you do it for a minute, then you get a minute's rest. The first one is push-ups. So you just go into push-up position, shoulders over wrists, and then you go down into it, don't touch the floor, and then you go rise back up. If this is too difficult, it can be changed by doing it so your knees are on the ground as well, but your back remains straight, and then you go into it, and that should be an easy way. My second one is butt kick, so you stand straight and then you have to raise your feet as high as you can in a constant motion. It's like running, but then you have to try staying on the spot and then raise your feet, so trying to kick your hands, which will be positioned on your lower back, and then you do that for the whole minute. And then tricep digs, so if you go onto a bench or the special gym bench tables, and then you put your hands behind you so that your palms are down but your fingers are facing forward, and then your feet are on the ground but your hands are on the bench, and then you lower yourself so that then your elbows are at a 90-degree angle, then you come back up, and then you do that for the minute nice and slowly so you don't get any injuries. And for my final one, I've got a split lunge. So you go into a lunge position, then but instead of going into it, you go from, instead of stepping forward into lunge, you step backwards. So the leg you step on goes backwards, and then you go into the squat, into the lunge, and then that leg that's behind you comes forward, and then you're standing up again, and then the other leg goes backwards, lunge, and then up, and then you're standing forward again. And then continue that for a minute, and then you get a minute's break, and then do that circuit 4 times. And for my flexibility exercise that week, I have chosen to do the frog stretch. So you start on all fours, slide your knees wider than your shoulders, shoulder width apart. Turn your toes out and rest the inner edges of your feet flat on the floor. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Move your hands to your forearms to get a deeper stretch if possible. Then you hold for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. Another stretch is the butterfly stretch. So you sit tall on the floor with the soles of your feet together, knees bent out to the sides. Hold onto your ankles or feet. Engage your abs and slowly lower your body towards your feet as far as you can while pressing your knees towards the floor. If you're too tight to bend over, simply press your knees down. Hold the stretch for between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. Another one is the pretzel pose. Lie on the left side with your head resting on your arm. Bend your knees, right knee and your hip up towards your chest as far as you can. Let it drop to the floor. Bend your left knee and grab your left foot. Use a strap if you can't reach it with your right hand. Make sure your leg and torso remain in a straight line as you gently bring the top of your shoulder blades towards the floor. For more of a spinal twist, turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Because this is week 4, I've increased the flexibility, so there's another 4th exercise, and that exercise is the seated shoulder squeeze, which is you sit on the floor with your knees bent, flat feet on the floor, clasp your hands behind your lower back, and straighten and extend your arms and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Do this for 3 seconds and release. Repeat this 5 to 10 times. And then that's it for the week 4. And it's again increased because of trying to progressively overload your system. And it will increase the time length that you do each exercise for. That's been increased this week to give 20 minutes again. And it will be good for tennis because then you'll be able to run faster and your strength will improve. So when you go to hit, it'll be harder and your hand-eye coordination may even improve after doing this. And it's 80 to 90% of maximum heart rate, which is an anaerobic threshold, so you're not working too hard, but you are working quite hard so that it will do more for you because you do quite a bit of exercise anyway, so it will increase that. And this will just make it even harder when you actually do the exercises.